Good morning and welcome to day 6. I can't believe we are halfway through. It has been a really great adventure and I hope you are, as I always say, enjoying it too, because otherwise it would be a bit boring for all of us. Today, well, first of all, it's nearly New Year's Eve, so I don't know what you are planning to do for New Year's, but today's word, today's gift is, I think it's relevant to the whole New Year thing. I know they all say New Year, New You, etc. I don't believe a word of it. That's absolutely not true. It's just you being a different number, but nevertheless. The word today, the gift for today, is the gift of courage. I'm letting that land with you. And I'm asking you to ponder a minute as we are tapping along, even though today's gift is the gift of courage. And for me, courage means, what does it mean? What does it make you feel? The word courage or bravery. I always think about battles and military operations. Very brave, very courageous. There's a lot of, for me anyway, there's a lot of potential violence in courage and a lot of pushing yourself, which I'm not entirely happy about today. So I wonder, what does courage mean to you? You know, courage, I don't know, these images, what images come into your mind? And again, I mean, it'd be lovely if you could comment and tell me what images come in your mind when you think of the word courage, the energy of courage. Is it a good energy for you? Or is it actually an energy that doesn't make you feel particularly happy? I don't know. With me, there's that sense of you have to be courageous and do foolish things. Yeah? So let's tap on that, perhaps. If that resonates with you, let's think that even though the word courage evokes in me a whole lot of things that are not necessarily making me feel happy or feel comfortable. I accept this is where I'm at right now. And I wonder what I can do about it. But first of all, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to think to myself, this courage, what does it mean to me? Even though I think of courage as being perhaps something quite violent, or forcing myself to do something, or making myself do something that I don't want to do, or something like it's good for you, you should be courageous and brave and jump into the icy cold sea from a cliff, something like that. And I accept this is where I'm at with it. This courage is courage in the face of adversity, that too. And this is what it evokes for me, and I'm not entirely sure I like it, and I love and accept myself anyway. That word courage, I'm not sure what it means, and it makes me a bit frightened. How do you feel when you think, I have to be courageous, I have to be brave, I've had to do this? It doesn't make me feel necessarily happy. There's a bit of fear in there, a bit of something like that. So courage has got all these feelings in it. And what we're doing is we're owning up to the feelings, and we're going to clear them. Because of course, is that your version of courage, or is it someone else's version of courage? You see, that's the thing. So let's tap on top of the head, start off with, and think to ourselves, yeah, courage. Yeah, not really like it. I don't really like this courage thing. It's making me feel a bit odd. I'm not entirely sure I like the gift. I don't think I want it. You don't have to take the gift if you don't want it. You can always pass it on, like all the Christmas presents you're going to pass on that you didn't like very much, or put in the cupboard next to you. I hope you remember who gave it to you. I know we've all got one of those. Courage. I've become flippant. You see, courage frightens me. My fear of courage. Ooh, yes, I can feel it in my shoulders. My shoulders have just gone down. That fear of courage. Ooh. Let it flow out of you, whatever it is you're feeling right now when you think the word courage. That's it. What would courage be for you? And what do you need to get rid of that doesn't resonate with you? is that version of courage a version of courage that you like? And if it is, that's fine. But if it isn't, then it's not yours. You have to make it your own. Okay, and then stop. And breathe again, in and out. Yes. How do you feel right now then? Feel better? Do you feel more interested? Because if courage, the one we were tapping on, is not yours, somebody else's version of what courage should be, then we need to find out what your version of courage is. Okay? So now we're going to tap on, even though I have realized that perhaps my version of the energy of courage is not mine. It's something I picked up from wherever it was. Somebody else's and not mine. I am curious to find out what my version of courage is. How is courage for me? And does it have to be doing something dangerous? Or could it be something else? And I'm curious to find out. So I'm curious to find out. And I don't know what the answers would be for you. So this is more of a sort of journaling prompt, possibly, if you're into journaling. It's more about, okay, so if courage, if I made it my own, if it was my courage, my gift, my energy of courage, what would it be like? What does it mean for me? I'm letting you think about that. Courage. And again, I know, I like about animals, and I'm thinking, if it was an animal, what would it be? What would courage be if it was an animal? And for some reason, I'm thinking of a mouse. Because a mouse, in its nest or in its protected space, has to be very courageous to go and forage for stuff and leave its cozy nest. And that's something that resonates with me. For me, courage is about leaving my zone of comfort and doing something that is important, as in the mouse is not starving to death, and yet involves some danger, because the mouse could be caught by a cat or whatever. But is a necessity. So maybe courage is something that is really necessary, but doesn't have to be hugely a big deal or very violent or anything like that. So just think about that. Thinking of courage. What does courage mean for me? What could it mean? And if it was an animal, what would it be? Just think about that. What would the animal be like? My courage. And make kind of friends with it. Have a look at it and go, oh, that's my courage. My courage. Make it precise. What is it? Try to really look into its eyes, whatever the animal is. What's my courage like? Yeah, and what does it say to me, if it talks at all? How does it feel to claim it? This is my courage. I might not know exactly what it is saying or what it is or how it works, but I'm claiming my own. Nobody else's courage. This is my courage. Okay, I'm claiming my own courage, and you have to decide what that is. And then again, take a big breath. Yeah. And how do you feel like now? You have got your own courage, hopefully. And how does it look? How does it feel? How different it is? Is it from the original thing you thought was courage? And there is a gift in that in itself, because, when we're using words, I know I keep saying it, but just make sure you understand the meaning of the word for you. Now you understand the energy of the word for you. So if you take the example of my mouse, then I have now this energy of courage, which is, yes, I have to go out and forage, if I'm a mouse, but I'm also very clever, and I do it when I know, because I've got a very twitchy nose and my whiskers, and I can feel the wind, and I know that on the whole, give or take, I'm as safe as I can be. And I run, and I grab the food, and I run back to safety. And kind of that is my sort of courage. Then when I'm in my nest, I can contemplate the food I've brought home. And perhaps it's a bit hasty, but that is a sort of thing I feel I'm comfortable with. How do I feel about that? And then, of course, because we are at the closing of the year 2025, and God, I want you to think about what would you want to be courageous about? What is there in your life in 2026, like in 3 days' time, that you would like to take a little step forward in being more courageous? And I'm going to let you just think that one out. What is it? One thing, small thing, that would indicate to you that you did get the gift of courage and that you are ready to be courageous about something. Doesn't have to be big, small, doesn't matter. Just have a feel about that. How does it feel to have that little step? One courageous step. And again, if you fancy talking to me, please let me know in the comments what your very first step would be. And I'm not going to invite you to tap on that because that's another story and another sequence. Just write it down somewhere. And if you fancy reaching out, if you want to work with me on a one-to-one basis and work on that issue, that would be lovely. I would like to hear from you, message me, or get in touch on bea.ai. But just have it somewhere, that little act of courage that you think you might do. And then with the way I'm teaching you to use EFT tapping, I'm hoping that you might be able to tap on it yourself. You know the routine. This is what I want, but I feel frightened or whatever about it. Where is it in my body? I'm going to tap on it, letting it go, and then going back to what is it you want. All right, I think I've done enough for today. I hope you have a lovely day, and I shall see you tomorrow for day 7. I don't know what the word will be. Who knows? Come and find out.